Welcome, boxing fans, to Unbiased Boxing Talk, where we cover all the latest news in the fight game. Now, I want to talk about the biased boxing channels who are giving a completely false narrative and fueling casual PBC fanboys. A troll channel known as Biased Boxing Ego stated that Canelo Alvarez isn't as popular as Errol Spence Jr. and Deontay Wilder, and that these two are the face of boxing today. There's just so much wrong with this statement, and we're just going to break it down honestly and unbiasedly. You can see that in the Errol Spence Jr. versus Shawn Porter welterweight unification fight, that fight only did 300,000 pay-per-view buys. For how big of a fight this was supposed to be, and with how much it was promoted and talked about, these numbers are just sad. Even when Canelo fights bums like Liam Smith and Alfredo Angulo, you see that these fights get over 300,000 buys. And these fights were way before Canelo was even in his prime and coming off a loss to Floyd Mayweather. Canelo Alvarez does over 1 million buys with the bum and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Triple G twice, not to mention his fight with Miguel Cotto did over 900,000. 300,000 buys is absolutely garbage, and Canelo is 100 times more popular now than he was when he was still fighting on pay-per-view. Errol Spence Jr. is nowhere even close to being the face of boxing as he continues to duck Terence Crawford and wins gifted decisions over Shawn Porter. Even saying this man is the face of boxing is a complete disgrace to the sport and a spit in the face to an elite-level talent such as Canelo Alvarez. Now moving over to Deontay the Windmill Wilder, you can see that this dude has absolutely no boxing skill at all and was just completely outclassed by Tyson Fury. You can see that the Wilder versus Fury fight only did 325,000 buys, similar to the numbers of the Spence-Porter fight. Again, these numbers are not even close enough to consider yourself to be the face of boxing. When Canelo fights bums, he makes these numbers and even more. When he fought Amir Khan, he made 600,000 buys, and nobody even wanted to see that fight. Later this month, Wilder is rematching Ortiz on pay-per-view in a fight that absolutely nobody wants to see, because Ortiz is an old man and Wilder should be fighting a guy like Dillian Whyte. But fanboys will just keep giving him excuses to duck him. Expect this fight to do even less than his last pay-per-view because this fight is completely trash. Deontay Wilder has no skill whatsoever and is only saved in his fights by his devastating right hand and incredible power. Guys like Gerald Washington, Eric Molina, Artur Spilka, and Luis Ortiz were all outboxing Deontay Wilder, and they only got caught with one big shot. When he fights a guy who he can barely touch, like Tyson Fury, he gets completely embarrassed and outclassed. The only 2 rounds he won in that fight were the 9th and the 12th, which were the rounds that he dropped Fury. Other than that, there was no way that this fight was a draw. Fury completely dominated and exposed him. Wilder doesn't have the skill or the resume to be considered as the face of boxing, and Biased Ego is a complete idiot for even saying this. If you come at him with actual facts in his live stream, he'll just block you because he knows he's full of shit. I don't recommend them even click on this guy's videos because it only helps him out and gives him more money. Sometimes I just can't help myself from going over to his channel to expose him, but there's no point to do that because he'll just block you. If you're an actual fan of boxing, do not click on any of this guy's videos. Go watch an actual good channel such as the IBFP. The only people who watch Ego's videos are casuals and fanboys who don't know anything about boxing and just soak up this guy's bullshit like a sponge. Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, and guys like this idiot, Ego, are absolutely hate it and can't stand it because they're fanboys to certain fighters like Jermall Charlo, Deontay Wilder, and Errol Spence Jr. Canelo is a consistent fighter who just keeps improving in every damn fight, and as far as I can see, there's no stopping Canelo Alvarez's reign as pound-for-pound king, and he will just keep getting better and better. Thanks for tuning in to Unbiased Boxing Talk, and we'll see you in the next episode.